So, all right, guys, welcome. This is my team's normal Thursday night Zoom, but it's this really, really special one. We have brand new triple diamond and double diamond, Courtney and Tish. I'm so excited to have you guys on here. I just think it's so cool to hear from people that are like in momentum. I mean, our entire company is like in momentum right now, but people who like literally went out and got it done last month, and you're still kicking butt this month. And so, yeah, like I don't really have any notes, but I think I'm going to kind of do what you guys had me do, which is let's start with Courtney, because I know that she got started first. Give me your story, a synopsis of it, whatever you want to share with us. And then we'll have Tish do the same. And then I'll kind of just bounce back and forth.
Awesome. Yeah, I usually have notes and I left my notebook at work, so I don't have notes. I'm going to have to wing this. So yeah, I usually write down a lot of things so I remember what I'm going to say because I'm all over the place. So just keep me on track.
Okay, sounds good.
So hi, I'm Courtney Van Auken. I started in this business in January 2017. I joined Melissa, I joined under her. I saw a post about a body cleanse and I messaged her about it, bought it, signed up as a loyal customer for 3 months, but only like an hour later, I remember it was like a Sunday night it was a Sunday night and it was like midnight, going into my work day Monday. And I saw that she was just doing it works full time. And I was like, what the heck? You just do this full time? Like I've tried Stella and Dot in the past. I've done 31 in the past. I was not successful with either of those companies, which I can talk about in a second too. But when I saw her how she was doing this full time, I just asked her about it literally like an hour after I bought the cleanse. And then I said, okay, I'll try it. So I signed up right on the spot, $99. The next day was a Monday. So I worked full time. I still work full time. And I remember going to work and I was like, oh my God. I remember like my boyfriend at the time, I like hit him and I was like, I just started my own business. And he's like, oh, like Stella and Dot. I was like, no, it's not jewelry. It's better. It's like health and wellness. It was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I remember like going to work and being like, oh my God, like this is cool. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I failed in the past with jewelry and with like the purses, the embroidered purses. I was doing in-person parties, which wasn't really my thing. I did promotional marketing for a long time, and that Melissa too. So that's probably how we met each other, from one of those groups. And that was fine. Like I could talk about liquor all the time, but when I was selling jewelry, $60 jewelry to people in a like in-person party, nope. That was not working for me, not successful. Plus, I didn't really have training or a really good team. I had the person that enrolled me for both companies and then just left me. So when I started with It Works and then Melissa was there every day answering my millions of questions that I still have 2 years later too, that just like helped me keep going. Like having that support and having like the culture of like everyone helping each other. Completely different than any other network marketing company I've ever done. So I started in January 2017. I promoted super fast. So I got into the 400 club probably like in the first week. And then I promoted to Ruby in like a month and a half, Emerald the next month after that. Then for like a year, I was comfortable with like being Emerald. And so I think it was like April, I promoted to Emerald. So December, I was paid, I think I was paid, as executive. I was paid as an executive in December that year. And then I was like, I'm going to conference. Like I want to go to conference. I missed it when I first started. So I bought my ticket, even though I was paid as an executive. I think I got Ruby back in January that year. And then I went diamond. So right after conference, I came back, went diamond, went double the month after that, had that momentum going. And then this year we went to conference and I was like, I need to go triple. I don't care if there's only 28 days in February, like I need to do it. And it's very hard, but it was very worth it. And now 2 years later, I finished my MBA. So I was in school when I started. I was able to do this, able to promote, then working full time, which I still do. I don't know how the heck I do it, but I still work full time, 40 hours a week at Campbell's Soup. So I'm there during the day and then I'm on doing my business at nighttime and talking to my team at nighttime. And usually I'm talking at work too, but don't tell anybody that.
Right.
Yeah.
You just went triple freaking diamond in February. So
yeah, I should quit now, but
that was so amazing. All right. So let's transition. So now I'm going to have Tish. I think you can unmute yourself. I won't try to mess with it. So Hi. Again, I know that, so you joined Courtney's team. So tell me, like, I know I've interviewed you and heard your story before, but give us like a good synopsis And then I came up with a couple of questions for you guys. So I'll have Tish go first, and she's already unmuted, and then we'll go back to Courtney.
Okay. So hi, I'm Tish. I joined under Courtney in January of 2018. I lost my job due to health reasons. I was in the hospital for 10 days. I was in a quarantine room. They thought I had tuberculosis, and they told me I couldn't go back to my job. So I have been working since I was 15 years old, and there was no way that I wasn't working. So I needed to find out something to do. And I've been following Courtney for a year. She sent me messages. She asked me to try hair, skin, and nails. She asked me to join this business, and I just never replied to her. But I was watching her. And then I messaged her one night, and I told my husband, I was like, I'm going to do this. And I messaged Courtney, and I pretty much just said, like, what do you do? I'm ready to do it with you. Tell me what to do. And I remember I stayed up till like 2 o'clock that morning. I was so excited. I fell in love with this. I fell in love with the products. When they told me I could lose weight with coffee, I was just like in. And I promoted pretty quick too. And then there was a big lapse between Emerald and Diamond. I had surgery in June of 2018. So that was 6 months into my business, 6 months into my business. And I was like ready to give up. And I didn't, because Courtney pumped me back up. It was like, Diamond is worth it. She asked me how hard I was working to get to Diamond. And I was really mad at her. I told her I was working a 6. And there was a $7,500 bonus on the line. And I went Diamond in August. So right after surgery, they took a part of my lung out. So that was my fuel. I worked to Diamond, and then I just went double Diamond this month, or last month.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. And that's funny. So I didn't realize that when I told my story to your guys' team earlier this week, we all had that lapse between Emerald and Diamond, all 3 of us. And I feel like a lot of people do. A lot, like, you start hearing, you start getting, Daniel's just in background noises. I'm gonna mute everyone except for me for a second. I'll unmute you guys again in a second. I feel like a lot of people do. Like, you start seeing these like $700, $800 paychecks, and you're like, I only wanted $200. Like, I'm good. But then you're just forgetting to like expand yourself, like, to more. And it's so crazy because Emerald is the 3rd out of 8. Like, you're not even halfway through the ranks yet when you're an Emerald. So you do have to continue to grow your just kind of your vision, your dreams. So I'm gonna we're talking about dreams a little bit later, but the first question that I wanted to ask, and I feel like this is a big one, and it's probably going to bring up like some fears and stuff. So I'll unmute Courtney again. So Courtney, tell me, we both did it at the same time. Tell me, what would you say is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to be successul in this business?
Caring what other people think is definitely a huge one. A lot of my friends and my family didn't support me in the beginning. I've tried 2 other companies. They were like, oh, this is just going to be another 1-month thing.
Right.
So that was a little hard to overcome when people saw that I was being consistent. And then like Tish said, I didn't even try the products when I started. So when I actually tried them and fell in love with them, then people were like, oh, wow, she's actually like really passionate about it. Because when I'm passionate about it, you can tell. And like I'm very vocal about it. So that was a huge one. Caring about other people's opinions. If I'm going to post every day about It Works, people are talking about my back, I'm sure. And it doesn't matter anymore to me. Like
right.
Everyone says all the time, they're not writing your paycheck. So that was
right.
a big thing. And also, I'm very like an organized mess, I guess I would say. So trying to figure out something that worked for me, because I feel so busy all the time with a full-time job, buying a house, having 2 puppies at the time, like all these things right. I had to try to figure out. That was hard for me at first. But once I got a schedule down for myself, and then overcame like any self-doubt through personal development. I never did personal development before I started It Works. So that helped a lot with everything, honestly, like all together.
I feel like our company like hammers in personal development like so much. And again, I bet you would agree with me. Like, other companies like don't. Like you're not like on a Stella and Dot training and they're like, you need to read Girl Wash Your Face. Like, you know what I mean?
They didn't even have
Like,
trainings.
That's
So.
I know. It's so we're so blessed to not just be in this company that does have so much for us, but to be on this team that totally cultivates this environment of like training and learning and growing and coming together, and it's just awesome. So thank you. Okay, Tish, I'm coming for you. I got you. So tell me, so what would you say is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to find success?
So being consistent, because I am a person that when I start something, I am 150% invested in it, but then it gets to 100%, then it gets to 75, then 50. That's just been me my whole life. So the fact that I am still doing this and loving it and like loving my team means that it's like something good in my life, and just like getting a routine in order, making sure I do it, and following through with it, like following through with being consistent.
Right. And I think that that's something a lot of new people don't even have, like I don't want to keep using the word vision, but it's like you start talking to people and then like you freak out because like maybe people aren't responding, or like there's responding and they're saying no, and they don't have that vision of like, but in 6 months, I'm still going to need customers. But in a year, I'm still going to need customers. And it comes from that, like you just said, just getting into a routine, doing what you know you need to do every day. And like, it just comes. And so that like freaks so many new people out, right? They're like, what do you mean it just comes? Like, I need my shopping spree. And it's like, no, like if you just can get into this routine, like you're going to find success in it. Success, and I think you guys would agree with me, success isn't some point you get to. It's not a rank. It's not a paycheck. Success is a daily habit. Like success is what you're doing every single day when you're waking up and you're making the choice to work this business when you could be watching Netflix or, you know, anything else that you could be doing. So, okay, since Tish is unmuted, I'll go to her again. So how do you stay, motivation is fleeting. So I'll use the word inspired. So what do you do to stay inspired to work your business?
Definitely personal development. When someone told me also to do a dream board, I kind of like chuckled, because when I think of a dream board, I think of people like cutting things out of magazines and like sticking them to oak tag. And I was like, what? But it works. Like, so that's my inspiration. I mean, I have my dream board on my desk. My desk was the first thing that I crossed off my dream board. I wanted a white desk and I got it, and crossing it off was like a huge deal for me. And so again, vision, like seeing it.
Yes.
Writing down goals, checking them off, and just having
even
that
if it's
in
just
front of you.
Small goals, like
like a desk.
like have like a checklist, like message 50 people, check, like that check mark alone is going to get you feeling like, yes, like I did it. And I'm not going to say that this is, has any scientific means at all, but I literally put like my rainbow baby on my dream board, and like 3 weeks later I was pregnant. So like the magic of dream boards, or no, like here we are. So yeah, and I have my dream board too. I have my check, I have a big house, I've got a pile of cash on there. So dream boards are huge, and I look at it every day. It's like, it's so nice to have that visual reminder. Okay, so yeah, so now I'll bounce back to Courtney. Courtney, same question. What would you say helps keep you inspired on
I have to stay connected. Like every day I wake up, the first people I talk to are Melissa, Tish, Sabrina, like people that I talk to every day on my team. I talk to everyone on my team, but it gets really hard too. So we have leadership down, but we all want to stay connected to each other. Yeah. Like we have Zooms like this. Melissa hosts a Zoom every day for our team, so everyone can hop on that. But like just always being together. And then Tish has a lot of people under her that are local, like our local chat's over 50, 60 people now. So we post events when we're meeting up. Like tonight we went to a coffee shop and we all hung out. But we do that very often. So these people have not just became like my business partners, they're my best friends, they're my family. So now I'm invested 100%, and being around people that are also in the same boat helps inspire me. And then like, hopefully we can inspire each other.
Yeah. Stay close to the fire. Like if you don't feel excited right now, like you are not hanging out with the right people, because everyone who is like the right people, like we're jazzed right now about everything that's going on. So yeah, that's awesome. So so this is like a 2-part question, so we'll do the first part and then we'll do the second part. So what do you say to somebody who's like, this is their first Zoom they've ever been on, like they're a brand new distributor? Like what is your best tip for like just those first few weeks of like getting your shopping spree, starting your business off strong, all of that?
Yeah, so you touched on this too the other day, but like jumping right in right away. Don't wait. Don't say, hey, I'm gonna wait for my kit. I want the products to post. Talk about other people's stories. There's tons of results on Pinterest, on your team pages with everyone else that's sharing their stories. You can just look on their page, get ideas, post right away. Make sure you're open for business right away, because you don't want to wait. You don't want to miss a day. I wish I started 10 years ago, so I would have been Ambassador Diamond right now. So like, I wish I started when I was in college, handing out keto energy, like, here you go.
Yeah. I was like, where was I with my greens on the go when we would like go out to the bars every single night?
Yeah,
like,
and now hydrating the next day. Hello. Like I would, oh my God, that'd be like the best. Imagine having keto coffee instead of buying like 3 Starbucks a day when you were studying for exams. Like I just wish I started sooner. So as soon as you buy that kit, just start posting. If you have no idea what to post, just go. We have a post for customers page. We have just look at anybody else that's successful in the business and mimic it, or talk to your upline. That's what they're there for. It's supposed to help you. There was something else I had to say. Now I forget, but
just jumping in and just like,
I remember
copying the right cut. I love it.
Also, don't be discouraged from no's, because you're going to hear a lot of no's. Not everyone's going to want what you have, at least right now, but they're going to be following your page because you're going to be consistent and you'll be posting every day, putting on your Instagram story and Facebook story. So people are going to keep seeing what you're doing. And one day, one product's going to speak to them, or maybe the business will. So don't let that no be a discouragement. It's just a not yet. So.
Absolutely. I love that. All right.
Sorry,
Tish, same question, lady. So what would you say to somebody who is just getting started in their business?
Don't be afraid to talk to me. Like, ask me all of the questions.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. People are
but I love when I just say it now.
No.
Yeah. I just say, you're not asking me too many questions. I love when you ask me questions. Ask me questions all day. Like, especially like we do a lot of group chats, and this is what I do full time. So like, especially when like other people at work, like she's like, oh, I didn't want to bother you. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. Like, ask me questions, you're not okay. I want to help you. So definitely that, and just staying connected. I mean, asking all the questions, doing and being coachable.
Yeah. I love that. I know some people are like, I feel like I'm bugging you. And I'm like, no, like I know who to work with based on who is blowing me up. So like, if you want me to like, and I don't always say this, but I'm like, if you want me to like help you build your business with customers and distributors, like you better be the girl in my inbox every single day, like every single day, because that is who I'm going to know who to work with in my business. So I love that. Okay. So, so this is going to be probably just about the last question. If we have questions or anything, guys, from my team or anybody who's on, really, if you guys want to ask them a question, you can. Some sad baby muting everyone. Oh, that's going to be my life in like 5 months, y'all. Oh my God. Okay. So I'll go back. I'll let Tish unmute herself again. So Tish, so you just promoted. So you just went through promotion month, and then I know you're obviously still hustling for triple this month. And so what do you say to somebody who is promoting this month? So maybe they're promoting to Ruby or Diamond. Like, what advice do you have for them these next 3 weeks?
Step outside of your comfort zone. And I knew you were going to say that, Courtney. Step out. I'm glad I went first. Step outside of your comfort zone and make sacrifices, because Courtney and I.
She's like, what the heck?
I know. I'm sorry. I took notes.
Oh
So Courtney and I, like we did this all on social media, like the whole time, like all year. I never knew anything else. I would like blitz people, and I love doing that. So we did we did 2, 3. How many did we do? I don't know. But we started doing house parties, guys, and it was like awesome, And it was stepping outside of our comfort zone and like getting in front of people, talking about the business, and like we've been inspired by some local people that like, and we have our local team come with us, and we just all are in the fire. So it's just like stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something different to get where you need to get to, because you have to say you're going to do it and then do whatever it takes to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Could not agree more. Anything to add to that, Courtney?
Yeah, well. No, so the other night, Hope, you were talking about like sacrifices. So today on our team page, I wrote like about sacrifices. I was like, inspired by Hope. And then I was like, what is everyone going to give up this month? Step out of your comfort zone and just suck it all. I love you. But no, so what I would say is, yeah, 100%. Do things that you wouldn't do normally. Like I would have never called somebody as a potential. So like last month, Tish was like, hey, like, can you talk to this person for me? So I literally pretended I was Tish on the phone, but she listened to me and like heard how the conversation went. And then she did it and signed a 120 the next day doing the same exact thing. So like, we're learning, like we're all learning together. Like social media, it's great. You can post, you can talk, but if you have that personal like conversation on the phone or through voice message, you connect to them really well. Yeah. And also another thing I would say is like a really good thing for promoting months, especially, I mean, all months, is don't settle for that 30 BV order. If you have like a host a post about Thermophyte X, right now I'm telling everyone that they should be at least mentioning that we have like coffee and greens to go with it so they can get even better results. So upselling right away. So you go into this conversation, hey, I see you're interested in losing weight. How much do you want to lose? And then be like, okay, you commented on a post about X product, like Thermophyte X. But I think based on your goal, you should be incorporating the coffee and the chocolate greens with that. And then I talked to them about all 3.
Dude, I've been triple threading people so hard. Like,
it's
really
120.
This thing called triple thread, and I don't care what 3 products that is, but
it's every
you're gonna order all 3. Cause like
it's high BV. It's high BV. Like it's 120.
Yes. I love it.
And then if you upsell to the buy 3 get 1 free of coffee, that's 130 with those 3 products. So like just keep going. Then if your husband wants to do it too, let's Sabrina just had that today. She had a 135 and then another 135 because the husband wanted to do it.
Right. Well, and that's, one of the things that they said at conference, and I can't remember who said, I think it was Christy Christensen said it. And she was like, their budget is none of your business. And that used to be something that we would ask, right? It used to be like, oh, like, what do you want to, don't ask and don't assume. Like I was broke as a joke when I started this business, couldn't even afford hair, skin, nails. That's why I joined. That doesn't mean that the girl I'm talking to isn't prepared to drop $200 on products right now.
Yep. Especially right now, they're getting their tax returns.
I know. Everyone's like, load me up. You're like, okay, sounds good. I love it.
Even at the end, like when you're like, okay, it's $33 for the greens, and they're like, yeah, I'd be like, okay, I just checked my office and I actually have 1 bottle of Fat Fighters, or I have 1 cleanse left for they're only $36. Do you want to add that on too? Just don't be afraid to ask that last question. They already said they're going to order. So the worst they could say is no, and they're still ordering.
Yep, that was the other day. I've been doing the Thermophyte, upselling the cleanse, and then I already had her information. And so I was putting it in, and I was like, hey, I'm putting in your order right now. I can add on our Fat Fighters for only $25. Do you want to do that? And she was like, oh, yeah, might as well. And I was like, heck yes, might as well. This is awesome.
You need the most amount of BV you can. So
yeah,
and people are going to get amazing results with more products, right? They're going to even get better results, and they'll be a return.
Right, and then they'll order more.
Yep.
And they'll order for longer, which is like all good. Yeah, all good things. So we didn't have any questions in the chat, but I just wanted to ask maybe and I obviously thought of this just now, but I wanted to ask, like, do you guys do like a daily? Do you have like a daily minimum, or do you guys just know what you need to do? Like, do you have a checklist that you work off of? Like, in terms of what you do on a daily basis?
Well, I have my board back there. So my daily minimum for at least adding friends, always growing your network. So I wrote my board just to like to help new people start, to follow at least 100 people on Facebook, follow 100 people on Instagram. Obviously, you want more than that because you want to grow your network as much as possible. But I've learned through doing like, I do digital marketing at Campbell's. So if you guys scroll down, I always tell people this is such a good idea. So if you're like scrolling down your newsfeed and you get an ad for like Lange or like any of those ads, a company paid to target you. So if you go to that post and whoever liked it or commented on it, they're most likely going to be like you because the company already paid to target someone ages 25 to 35 or whatever, living in this area. So you're going to have a lot of interest with the people that like those posts that are ads coming up on your page. So if you want to expand your network, obviously add friends of friends and in groups, but look at those ads that are targeted at you and you think are annoying. They're actually going to help your business. So that's a really good one for growing your network. And then we do host the post like crazy right now. So Melissa actually just started on our page a post that says like everyone screenshot your host the post that you get out, and then we're going to give out prizes on that. So it helps with accountability, but also it also like shows who's actually working and all the host the posts and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Grace, do you follow people on Facebook instead of friending them? Do they usually follow you back?
Oh, no, you would friend request them on Facebook. Sorry. Okay.
No,
I think I might have said follow.
That was a good question. And then do you guys, so do you message for host to post or do you just post for host to post?
Both. So posts for host to post, like we're doing a $100 gift card giveaway right now.
So are we.
For the whole team. Oh yeah, then same thing, post about that, but then also sending, if you're a new distributor, sending a message like, hey girl, quick question, and then someone answers and just be like, hey, I just started my own health and wellness business and I'm really trying to get the word out. Like, would you mind putting up a post for me? And as a thank you, I'm gonna enter you to win a $100 gift card. Like just trying to get my business off the ground. If you've done it for a while, just messaging, always say, hey girl, quick question first and have them respond.
Yep.
Because then
that's exactly what we do. I love it. I love the reinforcement because I'm like, see guys, it's not just me telling you. Courtney does the same thing.
Yeah. No, we all do it. Yeah, every day. I think host to post are like the best right now for getting customers.
I do too. I don't know what it is about Facebook, but like that's people want to help, but they don't want to buy anything. Like, you know what I mean? And so and then it is a referral coming from their friend too. I agree. Host to post.
And they're like, oh, you're her friend. How do you know her? And we're like, how do I know her? I met her on Facebook.
Facebook is the answer.
And then polls. I get a lot of like interest from polls too on like Instagram and Facebook stories. So always do them every day.
Yeah, definitely. So when you post in your story, do you just post about it works all day long? Like just it works slide?
Oh no, break it up with other stuff too. Quotes, pictures of your dog.
Yes. Yep. Dog pictures.
Yeah.
Pictures
of your carrot you just got.
Dog pictures. Yeah. Totally. What you're eating.
Yeah. Be real. Be you. Totally. And do a lot of videos now, right? Everyone's talking about Instagram story videos, live videos on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
She's the queen of that. She does them every day. I get like twice a week, but
yeah, I know. That's actually, I'll switch and I'll have Tish give us some Facebook Live tips. Hold on.
Who was I talking to? I was talking to Heather, and I said to Heather, I was like, I'm going to be next to Shay on the couch next year at conference talking about lives. That's my goal. I love going live. And a year ago, I would never be able to do that. No. But I think I'm just so confident about our products. Like, I love our keto coffee. Like, every morning I'm on there talking about my keto coffee. And that's why it's my #1 seller. And I got results from it because I documented them. And then I show them to people and they're like, oh, okay, that's you. It worked. You're showing me that it worked.
Yep.
You're being real.
I had somebody on my team say like, what's your bestseller? I'm like, my bestseller is whatever I'm talking about the most. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to sell more coffee, like just talk to just go talk about the coffee every single freaking day with no pause, and like you will sell more coffee.
Absolutely.
People are talking in the chat. They're laughing. Oh, for
there's
batting
some
is 100
I'm sorry,
times.
I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
The worst.
Somebody asked, I don't know if Danny is a Danny that's mine or a Danny that's yours. Anyway, in the group chat, you can add a few ideas of daily minimums that you can post. Daily minimums are just, you got to just create a good 6 list, guys. And it's like literally just, there's no, me and Courtney and Tish don't do any different things. We're posting, we're reaching out to people, we're adding new people, we're following up with people. We're adding to our stories, and we're doing personal development. And like, that's like it's all the same. It's all the same. It's just about creating content that's just authentic to you. Cool. Well, yeah. And then I guess that's it. Yeah. I mean, unless you have anything else that you do on a daily basis, Tish, that you wanted to share with us. I know you go live. You said it.
I go live, and then when I first started, I didn't have a printer. I wrote everything in this notebook, but I literally wrote check marks and wrote what I need to do. But now I think I have it on a schedule, and I'm just in the morning, I connect with my team. I do some housework in between. I have my day. I send out thank you cards to my loyal customers. There's just certain things that I do throughout the day, and I try to make it a schedule. At night, I'm messaging people, and during the day, I'm sort of kind of helping my team. So it's just
totally.
schedule.
And I think that that's a lot of people, because obviously I do this full time now too, from home, but I didn't always. Obviously, I had 2 jobs when I started, and so I think that a lot of times people think that you need all day, but I would say that technically I am working my business off and on through the whole day, but I sit down at night and I do 2 hours of setting up my posts, saving pictures, editing pictures, writing posts, messaging people, responding to people, all of these things, and then it's done. My day is done, and it's I have to get 8 hours of sleep. I'm pregnant. I would die if I didn't sleep. But I'm still able to I don't know, it just doesn't take as long as you think it does if you're just focused. You just have to focus on what you're doing. So I think that was it. Thank you guys so much for being on with us. I'm so excited to see what y'all will do next. And congratulations again on promoting last month. We have so many more people. We're coming. I'm right behind you. I'm running. I'm right behind you guys. And I know there's so many people that feel the same. So thank you guys for taking the time to do this for me. I will get this recording up, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks,
okay.
Hope.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.